Hello, hello, good morning. Sorry about that. I was making some adjustments. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope you've had a lovely week. Whew. Speaking of week, this session we'll be doing our first male page. This is my OC. His name is Leodys. Oh crap, I just immediately realized I don't have his name up. I'll write that in a moment. Just when I thought I was prepared, I am not. Where should I write it? Marker. Let's write this down here. There we go. Leodys. What should I say? Right, Leodys is my character. So we're going to be drawing him. A little lore for Leodys. He is a lion demon. He has a flaming tail tip, which glows blue flames. However, he does not have animal ears. He has pointed demon ears. So never mind all these rounded ears. That's gonna change once I start drawing him. Those are just placeholder ears. Also, I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to start from right to left. Because I am feeling a little bit low energy. I went to bed kind of late last night. Had a very eventful day yesterday. I went to my first stationery fest. Like, this is the first time I've even heard about it, and I only went for one day. The event lasts for 3 days, so it's from Thursday to Saturday, which is interesting because most cons I've been to is usually from Thursday to Sunday, so I thought this was interesting. Also, I've never really experienced a timed entrance. So I got there before 3, before I was able to get in, but I didn't actually get into the marketplace until 3:30. And I forgot that day, like, the whole event closes at 6. So I only had 3 hours to look at everything, which I felt was not enough time, considering the way the whole thing was divided. It was divided into 2 parts. It was one large room and another smaller room on the other side of the building. And I barely had enough time to see the smaller room. Boy, I got a lot of things from that event. A lot of stationery, like I got stickers. Most of my purchases was washi tape, which was my goal anyway. I got stamps. No ink pads since I have ink pads at home here. Got a new fountain pen. I got a new bottle of ink for that pen. I had a memo pad, which looked really silly. It's Alice in Wonderland themed, but the characters are bunnies, but Alice is the cat. So the card soldiers are bunnies. But this is really cute. What else did I see? I saw a lot of other pens, more expensive pens. I saw some leather goods. I saw a lot of vendors I wanted to see, but uh, given how I was on a somewhat of a time crunch and I'm also on a budget, I have to keep things to a minimum. Overall, I had a very enjoyable first time at Stationery Fest. It was really cool. Uh, I would definitely want to go again next year. I'm hoping that maybe I can like get an earlier time slot for one day, or hopefully get 2 entry days, but I think 2 might be pushing it. I don't want to miss Friday. And Thursday's always fine if it's flexible enough. I don't know how next year's going to be. Mm. Yeah, I think that's all I can recall. It was very organized, that's for sure. Just it wasn't. One thing I wish that it wasn't raining yesterday because I was really scared of getting my things wet. That's the consequence of having a tote bag. It's going to get wet very easily, but thankfully that wasn't a problem. The rain wasn't that bad once I got home. Nothing got wet. I was pretty strategic with my umbrella placement. And, yeah. Did I take a picture of anything? I don't know if you guys would be interested. Yeah, I did take a picture of my good. Unfortunately, it's stacked in a way that you can't see everything. And I've already opened everything and organized it. But I will... maybe I should just do that. Just post my stuff. Most of my community post. Sorry, I'm sorry I blanked out there. That was very strange. Let me just shrink this a bit. Question is, can I? Please hold. I don't want any sound. What is this feature? Alright, I'll just post it to the community posts tab so you can check out my photos. Sorry, technically that photo was more for me, but I thought I would just share what I got there because there seems to be an overlap between, artists and journaling, which, makes sense. People do journal things like watercolor paintings or just small sketches. With that being said, I should actually start. Kind of curious how your week has been. my objective here? Oh yeah, he looks annoyed. That's my objective. So one thing I do want to... I want to explain Leodys a bit more. I created this character not recently, but several years ago for a story because I needed a Demon King character. Well, not really a Demon King, he's more of a lord because he has a domain inside of a mountain. And in that domain, he has demon servants as well as human captives. But his human captives are women because, you know, he's a lion. And the thing about Leodys is that while he is intimidating, he's actually fair and just. And the reason why he has collected all these women is because they were on a dire straits. So some of the women in his demon kingdom have been left homeless, destitute, or terribly lonely, have lost purpose in life. So he gives them purpose again. And he only does... He's very selective. Like, he does this to women who have been scorned by either society or men. And I know that sounds like he's taking advantage of them, but he is a demon. He kind of feeds off of negativity in a way. The proportion's correct. That is correct. But of course, they don't live with him for free. They have to, like, contribute to his kingdom. So they have different tasks. Some of those women are soldiers. Some of them are couriers. Some of them are housekeepers. Some of them are farmers. What's that word I'm looking for? Artisan. Some of them are artisans, so they make things like... Why are words escaping me this morning? Carpets, like furniture, things like that. He does have seamstress women. So those are the things that they do for him. So it's like a deal. You live with a demon, but you are able to somewhat live freely in your passion. And if you don't have one, you are assigned one. This is looking kind of strange. Yeah. Eventually I'll, like, draw a... Sorry. I'm gonna draw my character. Like, I know I have a small version of her right now on the screen, which is Seraphinae, but this is not her real form. This is just her chibi form, I guess. How she presents herself to people, because she's a shy person. Need to dip down. There we go. Now that makes more sense. Forgive me if I seem a bit slow. I'm still a bit groggy. Okay. Make this more pointed. A little bit. There we go. This should be. Oh, you know, I wonder which one I want to color. I guess that's a future problem. Hello, welcome back. Hmm. Got some work you gotta tackle? That's fair. In case you missed it, you probably missed it anyway. I spent like the first 10 or so minutes explaining yesterday, which was Stationery Fest. I posted a couple of photos on my community tab if you want to check them out. I wish I had taken more photos at Stationery Fest, but I was just too busy rubbernecking it. if I want to emphasize the slid being closed. I think it's pretty obvious. You give a click when it's busy. Put it on my phone. Okay. I wonder if I should change Bongo Cat again. You know what? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's at 15 minutes. Anyway. Cool. I wonder if I should make him look annoyed. Yeah, let's erase this. Let's make him look annoyed. Minutes. Oh, you know, I bring up the original sheet. It's been a while. Toward you. Oh, grabbing a drink? Well, my drink is nearby, so that's what I mean by grabbing a drink. This was the original picture of him. I'll just go with this. I forget how long ago this was. Did I even date this? Nope. No. Yeah, that's a long time. This was from 2019. Looking good, yeah. But yeah, this was from 2019. Focus on here. over and then slide this around. Over again. So you see like the flaming tail here and the pointed ears. He has the ability to transform into a lion, but the fur is black and the tail is the same. There we go. I might have to change some aspects of his clothes. But either or, like, I kind of like the way it looks. Hello, messed up brain spike. Welcome to the stream. I'm drawing my OC named Leodys. I do remember drawing him a while ago on my YouTube channel, but it was semi-realistic, and I think that was kind of a flop. The execution was poor. But this original character sheet was from 2019. So he's overdue for a fix-up. The irony of having your own OCs is that, especially when you're an artist, is that I kind of neglect them, and I keep drawing fan art. So by the time I do return to my OCs, they get an update on their looks, because, boy, you've been collecting deaths for a while. Ugh. I don't remember. It was on this. Yeah, he does have a scar. Right here. I do recall the scar, but I forgot it on this face. Unbelievable. Oh, in case you missed it at the beginning of the stream, I explained that I took a day off yesterday to attend Stationery Fest in my city. It's my first Stationery Fest. My community post has all the things that I got from there. It was really fun, like, and considering it was my first Stationery Fest, I just didn't know what to expect. But I knew what I wanted to get at the very least. So I got a lot of washi tape. I got a lot of stickers. I have some stamps. I was not expecting to buy another pen, but excuse me, another fountain pen specifically. But I saw this really cute one. It's called the Pilot Takuno. Takuno. I think there's an umlaut over the U because it looks like a smiley face. And the pen nib actually does have a tiny little smiley face. Let me see if I can draw what it looks like. Here's the like pen nib. And it has a smiley face. It looks like this. It's very cute. And depending on I think it's the pen nib size, it has a different face. The pen nib size I got was fine, so it has the default smiley face. Because most people buy fine tipped fountain pens. What else is there? Why do I keep losing my train of thought in the middle of talking? This is a problem. You know why? Because I'm drawing, I'm trying to keep up a conversation, and then I I switch back to drawing, and then I'm like, wait, what was I talking about? That's a really hard switch on my brain. It's the way of the Yapomancer. Good morning, Hedgecat. Welcome to the stream. It's a good thing? Okay. Well, I guess it means, like, I get to change the subject, right? Scatterbrains unite. I will say, while this was my first stationery fest, I've been into stationery on and off throughout the years. I've always liked having unique looking pencils and pens. But as an adult, I did not know that adults enjoyed those things because I always thought like, oh, stickers and such are for children because of course because they're cute and they're pretty. But no, adults use these things for their journaling, their sketching, uh, some people even do cartography. And they have special pages for those. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, but that, you know, that makes sense because people who do tabletop RPGs, they would want to express themselves creatively. So having that type of stationery available to them specifically would make sense. It's all about having a creative outlet, and it's not like tied to an age. Making sense. It will in a moment. I have to lower the other eye. Actually, I shouldn't. That's curving away from us. I'm using my pen to measure, so I forgive the weirdness of the pen right now. Oh, sorry. Messed up Brain Spike and Hedgecat. If you're curious about what I got from Stationery Fest, I posted it recently on the community post. So you can check that out if you want. You know, when I got that, you didn't even know about Stationery Fest? Yeah, that's something I learned earlier in the year. This event has been going on for 3 years, so it is fairly new. And this is my first time going there. Apparently it happens every summer. I had no idea. So that's a new thing I want to attend to every year, if it happens. Because I know there was a year that they didn't hold one. So whenever it happens, I want to attend. I'm kind of sad I only went there for the time slot that I went in, but 3 hours, it didn't feel like enough because I was just enjoying myself that much. 3 hours like flew by before I even knew it. Oh yeah, I've also... Oh my gosh. If you see in the picture, I got a small traveler's notebook. It's card size for the 20th anniversary. Um, I wasn't really planning on getting that, but I saw it there, so I'm like, oh, might as well get it. It's an anniversary item, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna put in it, but considering all these washi tape I got, I thought it would make sense to use that small book to be my swatch book, if that makes any sense. Like, maybe it would make sense if I showed a picture of it. What I mean by swatches is essentially a sample of what every role is and what their name is. Try and get this open. Because this book is fairly new, it won't quite stay open. And a picture here. Camera out. I don't want to share it to the community tab yet. Here. Computer. There we go. So this is what I mean by a swatch. It's a small sample of every washi tape that I'm going to collect. I also put the name in it, so if I want to go back to that vendor and get another one of the same variety, or just a different one because I like the quality of their work. Even though I told myself I wasn't gonna get a washi tape that has cats on it, I still got one anyway because that Cat Souls draws is too cute. I couldn't resist. So this is what I mean by a swatch. I'm also going to use this for my stamps because I realized I got at least 3 stamps that doesn't have the creator's name on it, which is unfortunate. So I had to quickly put that down before I threw away the source. I'm doing a lot of archival things. Journaling is fun. Well, it's fun for me anyway. I don't know what your idea's fun is. change his eyes. I'm gonna follow my own style for this. Just for the sake of the sketch. That takes so long ahead. Oh, that's strange. The audio cut out. Weird. Maybe that song was just too quiet. Some lashes, because he's a pretty boy. Excuse me. Still a little bit tired. You know what? Expand this a bit. Measuring again. A little bit. Smidge. I never tried Colombian coffee up until this morning, and it is very strong on the palate. I take my coffee black, so I'm telling the truth here. uh, it feels a bit astringent after sitting on my tongue for a bit. It's a very strange sensation, but the taste is still good. I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't just smooth enough for me. Maybe more flavorful? I don't know. I got it from this place, this local place. And they import their beans. So it's not just from Colombia, they have it from different countries. But I wanted to try Colombian beans specifically because it just says Colombian espresso. And apparently that's supposed to be one of the best tasting coffees. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to give it a few tries before I can say, or at least agree to that notion. But you know, like, considering I do have a sweet tooth, I do like chocolatey tasting coffees more. And I don't like light roasts. I've had light roasted coffee before, and it was served with milk. It was like ridiculously sweet. It's basically just white coffee. It's meh. It's coffee for people who don't like coffee. Here's a bit big. I think. Here. Just some light detail, just a little bit. Part of his ear is gonna get covered by hair. Like a bit of a realistic ear, somewhat. kind of wonder if I should give him earrings. I haven't really thought that far ahead. But I think I want to skip earrings. Considering he's a pugilist. I would just rip his ear. But I don't know. My choice, my rules. I guess if I was going to give him earrings, it would be on his earlobe, because that's pretty basic. It would just be like right here. No hoops. Let's get him out of the bald zone. Maybe I should change his hairstyle a little bit. I feel like I draw the same type of hairstyle for everybody. Sorry. Still thinking about it. I had a book. Sorry. It does get kind of samey when you tend towards the more realistic hairstyles in a way. Having clearly segmented, defined bangs and the like can do a lot to give a character personalized look, as long as you don't go overboard like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Because I realized his hairstyle's kind of similar to Siren's. And I had a book somewhere. It's pages that I cut out of a Tome magazine. It's just like pictures of boys everywhere. I don't recall where I put it. You know what? I can do one better. I have a Grand Blue art book Maybe I can get some inspiration there. Okay, got it. Oh yeah, Grand Blue has a bunch of dreamboats. Yeah, definitely. I have Grand Blue Fantasy. I have the graphic archive up to number 5. I know there's more after that, but you know, physical books do take up space. And I usually use these books as a form of inspiration, despite the fact that I don't play the game at all. I do like the artist's style, however. I see I put a lot of bookmarks here. Unfortunately, the book is not translated, so I had to like write a note on all my makeshift bookmarks of who this character's name is. I didn't bookmark as to why I did that. Let's see. I do like hair, but hair is not as like unique. Same with the meal. Johan, right? Chloe. There are some characters who are wearing hats. There are a lot of summer skins in here as well. Maybe I can go with Jin. Cordelia. Do I want to make him a Cyclops? That is the question. I do like the Cyclops look of the hairstyle. But the idea of the Cyclops is that it creates an air of mystery. I suppose he is a mysterious person. I'm not sure if he's that dramatic. I do want to make him look intimidating, that's for sure. Hair over one eye or missing an eye or just around the one eye closed at all times. He doesn't close his eye all the time. But the hair, I'm talking about the hair over the eye specifically. Also, like, even with the hair over the one eye thing, like, it doesn't mean that that person is always mysterious. Like in the case of the character called Drang, Drang, that guy's a goofball. He's clearly the fall guy for his in his pair. But Sturm is such a serious person, and Sturm is a woman. If you guys are curious. You know what? Maybe this is good. Use your phone, dummy. Seruel? Seruel. Is that how you spell it? Seruel. S-E-U-E. Oh yeah, that is how you spell it. So I'm gonna use his butler form. Wait a minute, is this side torso showing? Yes, it is. 1 second. Yeah, pull up the picture. Actually, I'm gonna have to like, new tab. Cute. That's just. Place over here. As you can see, you can see his skin on one side of the clothing here, which means that this top is really a dickie. It's a dickie slash shroud because it continues up to his sleeve. Very bizarre decision here. But I guess it's just a means of making him sexually appealing. Oh my god. I actually moved the image. I meant to move the viewfinder. Yeah, I kind of like the way his hair is like feathery like this. Virgin Killer Treasure. That's true. And he's just like flashing it, which is pretty funny. So I like the feathering of his hair. It does look lion-like. And he does have animal ears. He does not have an animal tail. I understand that there are just some characters who have one and not the other. Again, I don't really follow Grand Blue lore. I don't know much about these characters. I just like the design of them. So I'm gonna be drawing his hair. here. Sorry for this sidebar, but that is the scatterbrained nature, isn't it? So this type of hair does have volume. Curves this way. It's essentially 3 different directions. And whenever I do this, it's more like I'm explaining it more to myself than to you guys. Because if it's simple enough for me to understand, then it's simple enough for almost anybody to understand. And I really tend to oversimplify my explanations to myself specifically. Oh, that's a little... That's I do realize that the reason why I use samey hairstyles is because I know I'm going to be drawing this again. And it's just a way of saving time, but in lieu of that, the consequences of that, I should say, is that it just kills the creativity process. You know what? I will give you a widow's peak. You will have a widow's peak. You wind up memorizing how to throw the bangs and feathering around after a bit, but you do want to keep a reference on hand until you familiarize yourself with it. That is correct, Edgecat. I think I had that mindset all those years ago, but then I quit because it was just getting too much and I was getting lost in the details, especially when I was drawing my other character, Farah. I initially wanted to give her a hairstyle that I got inspired by the Atomi magazine page, but then it was getting a bit too complicated. And then I found myself simplifying it again and again and again to the point where I'm just like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And as a consequence of that, I stopped drawing her. It's a problem I have where I just run away from a challenge like that, even if it's entirely self-imposed. Also, I felt like I was not skilled enough to do it properly every time. So it really felt like a serious skill issue. I didn't understand where my lines were going at the time. You don't recall Farah's hairstyle being too complicated? Well, that's the thing. Like, you didn't see any of the conceptualization of it. Because I have gone through it over and over again to a point where I'm like, screw this nonsense. I'm just gonna simplify it. That's what you didn't see. I'm not sure if this is a scatterbrain problem or just a me problem. But eventually the brain gets a bit lazy and it wants to finish this task as soon as possible. Then I have to force it to like commit. Like, no, we're gonna finish this together. And I realize that the reason why I get that way is because I don't give myself breaks. Is this too fluffy? More fluff is good. More fluff is good. How about that? It'd be interesting to take a crack at this myself after you finish this. You want to draw his hair like this? The thing is, like, you specifically, you draw doodles, which are really cute and really small. So I would be interested in how you would be able to truncate my nonsense. Because that would be impressive. This is why I like chibi styles, especially Nendoroid figures. Well, no, not like cram it all in. I mean, like, if you've ever seen like, what's the character's name? From Fate, Fate Grand Order, the character Merlin. You see like how extravagant his hair looks, but if you were to take that art style and chibify it into a Nendoroid, it still works. It's just, because it's a figure, you're leaving out a lot of the lines while still retaining the basic shape of the hair. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that you're cramming it all in. I'm just saying you're going to eventually simplify my chaos here. I think he is looking a little bit more lion-like. Kind of reminds me of Lion-O from Thundercats. A little bit, maybe a little bit like that. But Lion-O from Thundercats, excuse me, looks more like I think Sonic looks more like that hairstyle. Mostly because of all the spikes. Wait, hold on. I gotta imagine the neck here. Oh, I'm also trying to get back into the act of ghosting when it comes to drawing. And what that means is that you essentially hover over the spot you want to draw, and then you place it in. And that creates a very perfect shape. An almost perfect circle. Instead of just making cracking. Not like that. More like this. Actually, that looks nice. What I meant to say, like, more like this. If I just, like, ghost it in and then hit the line. I know a lot of the more experienced artists do ghosting. Short water break. I also have to remember to drink slowly because my bottle is very tall, but it has a straw in it. If I drink too fast, I'm gonna trap some air, and I really don't want to burp on microphone. Actually, let's stop right here and bring it out here. I don't want this to be symmetrical, but most hair is somewhat symmetrical in length, not in cut. And what I mean by that is that groups of hair are symmetrical in length. Like, the nape of the neck is pretty short in the group, and then as you move higher on the head, that hair becomes the longest. And of course, the hair towards the front of your head, sorry, the front of the head is the shortest depending on how it's cared. Rest of his hair, I don't make it a ponytail, but it will be like, I'll represent it like this, going that way. Well, actually, I can erase that part. No. There we go. think that's a level of detail I'm going to add to hair. I think you guys get the idea. So that part is done. I think. Suppose I could like flush out some parts. Like the lines are a bit faint in some spots. Just gonna darken those. Yeah, that's a very different direction than my initial design. But if I'm making a animal character, they should have some animal traits, even if they are anthropomorphic. Well, maybe not really anthropomorphic. It's more like they're just human with animal features. Lion characters should have big, billowing hair. Right, let's move on. Let's lock that so I don't accidentally draw on that. Okay. Now we're moving on to this body here. Details are missing. Wait, that's not correct. I'm looking down, I'm looking up. Yeah, well, I'm looking down. The creative retinus. Hello? Hi, welcome, welcome. Now that I've established his hair, I'm gonna go back to his original design. Do a little bit of cleaning. Start. foreshortening is not one of my strengths, so this arm took a lot longer than I would have liked. And then, you know, like, how I solve my foreshortening problem, especially because, you know, like to use a mirror as my own reference, right? But clearly, I don't have arms this big. So I had to use my leg. Because, ironically, the leg and the arms are similar in structure. So if I want to draw a character with big arms, and I can't, obviously I can't replicate that, I have to use my leg and try to get the same idea. Because if I were to flip this upside down, this kind of looks like a bent leg. So I went with that idea, and it worked pretty well. Because I saw Reno Tuna do the same thing, and it still looked a little weird to me. I didn't quite understand how he was foreshortening it. Because, I don't know why I thought it looked incorrect. So I had to, like, segment everything first, so it looked like it makes sense. Might be a bit too high. Where do I begin first? You know what? I should just add his shirt first. Because cleaning it doesn't make sense now. I just have nothing to build upon. So let's rename this to shirt. Oh, another thing. Close it. Maybe. I'm not using a reference for this, so forgive me. Eventually, I want to get to a point where I don't need a reference. I just should be able to understand how to drapery works, or just clothes in general works on the human body. Just based off of things like tension points. So right now, I'm thinking about the tension point of the hand pulling up the fabric, and the tension point of it clinging to the rib cage in 2 different spots. Also, just holding a bunch of it. Not that there's nothing wrong with, like, using a reference, but I really should get into the habit of building my visual library. Should change to here. I think this one should be lower. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points of tension. If you guys are new here, feel free to ask any questions regarding art, because I am also learning, so I'm getting help, but I'm also teaching myself in a way. And what I mean by teaching myself, I mean teaching myself in creative ways, not technical stuff. I need someone else's help for that. Around here, yes. I'm making this sleeveless at first. I'm not sure if I want to add sleeves yet because I am bunching this up. Really bunched up. He's being filled up. He's being undersized. I have to lightly color this, otherwise I'm gonna mistake this for the outside layer of the shirt. Good evening, Dharma. Welcome to the stream. Second. Yeah, small stretch. All good? Yeah. Everything's good. I'm just redesigning an old character. The picture on the left side of the screen is from 2019. So I'm redesigning him. And this is my OC if you're curious. From where in your OC? Wait, what? Art Piano, I'm your new fan from now on. Your art is amazing. Thank you. Also, welcome Asta.png. So I briefly explained this at the top of the stream. This character's name is Leodys. He is a lion demon. You can kind of see the tail is flaming here. It's a blue flame. It's symbolic of his power, that's why it's so big. I initially designed him with lion ears, but I didn't like how small they were on his head, so I gave him just pointed ears. Just to emphasize the fact that he's a demon. He has his own domain. He has his own kingdom with not too long from my... Oh, it's a whole thing. Like, it's been a while. It's been lively these days. And, yeah, like, it's been a while since I fleshed him out, but that's basically the gist of it. I'm taking the time to just redesign him a little bit. This is what happens when I create something, like, years back and then just, like, completely neglect them. It's pretty bad. It's a bad habit to have. So I just wanted to give him a makeover, I guess. Just to show that I still love him. A stupid fly got onto your TV and was trying to get out. It made a lot of noise. I hate flies. I hate flies too. I really, like, don't like it when they get into the home. And sometimes they get in through the vents. It's like, yikes. Aw, thanks for subscribing, our piano. Forgot that was my sound alert. Oh my gosh, that startled me. It's been a while since someone subscribed while I was streaming. Because I know I only do this once a week, every Friday so far. Thanks for the subscription. If you have any art related questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Excuse me. Bro's body is tea. I do like to idealize my characters. I have to erase some stuff here. Oh, not too much. My anatomy is suffering. Forgive the cleaning. This is what happens when I use too many lines. I got a lot of measurement lines. I'm not sure if I'll ever grow out of that. I'm gonna like erase some of these lines. The thing about muscles is that they don't need hard lines all the time. You're more interested in making animated pixel art lately? It's kind of fun. Ooh. Pixel art is good, but sadly it's also tedious. I mean, maybe it's not. I actually don't know if there's like a shortcut way of doing it. I'm pretty sure there is, and I don't know about it. The last time I did pixel art anything was by hand, and I used paper. Like, actual squares of paper. Let's see. Isn't that basically graph papers for? Oh, no, it's not like that. Like, I was not drawing it, I was crafting it. I used bits of square paper to craft a picture. And I did that because I was doing a large format pixel art. I'm crazy. What's the name of the app? I used to draw on Ibis because I'm on the phone. This is Clip Studio Paint. I have the Pro Edition. I believe this is also for phone and tablet, but it's a subscription, sadly, for those two things. I think it's because they have to use a cloud service, a cloud system to get that app to work. This is why I prefer the computer version, the PC version, because, you know, I don't... It's just a one-time thing, and I have access to everything. including their cloud server. I'm gonna change it. Let's see. Does this work? And it goes over. You're welcome. I would highly suggest that you wait for a sale. Clip Studio Paint goes on sale often. So wait for another sale. Sadly, another one just passed, but wait for a sale and you'll get it at a good discount. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, and since you're new here, Art Piano, you can check out my archive streams. I was drawing a girl for a bit the last time, and I drew another one before. So the first, I'm doing character sheets essentially. So the first character sheet is called Sonique, and the second character sheet is called Siren, and this one is called Leodys. And I try to make this last as long as possible. I think so far they've each lasted a month. What device are you using for drawing? A tablet or drawing pad is connected to the computer? I have a drawing pad connected to my computer. It's specifically a screen tablet, Wacom. Yeah, I've used a screen tablet for many years. It was 13 inches large. Was it 13 or 12? No, it was 13. It was 13. Definitely 13. But that wasn't my first tablet ever. I used to use one that did not have a screen on it. That got some... I used a lot of time to get used to that one, but eventually I got the hang of it. You don't have to get a Wacom. There's different more affordable options out there if you definitely want a screen tablet. I just found your live in my YouTube page, so I'm actually planning to watch your videos. Thank you very much. I want to make a habit of like creating highlights. Actually, I think I'm gonna change this part. I'm gonna try to make highlights of any advice that I have, if I can think to remember if I even gave any advice. And just make that a highlight. Because I know there are other streamers who do highlights, but it's usually like of silly things. I don't know how often I do silly things here. Mostly because I'm in the zone. Break. Break this too. I wonder if this makes sense now. It's probably too big. I kind of wonder if I should look at a bodybuilder, but yeah, I should do that. Let's erase this. You need to go up here now. There we go. And I wonder if I should have made that front part larger. Because he's kind of a wide dude. I think I'll do that. I have to break my image now. Oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this before. Oh, that's cool. Can I add more? No, only the anchor points. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's pretty neat. He looks like he can carry a bunch of people, not gonna lie. Oh, the transform tool in Clips of Pain is pretty robust from what I'm aware. Yeah, this looks new. I did not know that this was a thing. You know, I can like shrink that or make it bigger. I just want his torso to be a little bit bigger, not too big. I don't want to compromise the arm. I think that should be fine. It'd probably be a main reason I try to. You want to try forcing yourself to learn the program. Well, one thing I know about that tool, I believe it's called the mesh transformation. People like to use that with patterns when it comes to dressing up their characters. They like to, let's say the character's wearing a dress, so they would use the mesh tool to mesh over the entire contour of the dress, so that the pattern looks natural. But it looks like they added more, like, articulation with that one. I may have to check if there's another update for this. Yeah, no, he's definitely wider now. That's perfect. I'm gonna make this a bit more rounded though. I wonder what else I can do with that. Actually, can we sidebar for a bit? Let me find something to use that with. Use this for example. Oops. I don't know why it does that. Ugh. Okay, so let's use the mesh tool on this. Ooh. Now it's curving. Yeah, it's curving. Select this and select this. No, wait, that's the wrong one. I'm going to select this one. Interesting. Hi again, it's me, Art Piano. You just changed accounts so you can get more subs. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for subbing again on your alt account. I appreciate it. Even I'm here, like, being silly and fluffing about with this new tech. That's pretty cool, though. Look at that. Okay, that's enough of that. I have to fix the mess I caused on this side of the body. Because I did a lot of measuring like this, and then I just like yada yada the rest of it. Because of course I did. I didn't really define where these lines were going. The thing is, I'm not going to draw the rest because this is just going to connect to the oblique, and those lines are not really necessary unless you want to draw skinless people, which I highly disrecommend. Getting this to work is... Whoop, there it is. Here. Go. Go. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do later in the year? Oh, it's gonna be August soon, isn't it? Yeah. Which means there's an anime con next month, mid-month. I'm hoping to see Rosary again. I think she's going to be there. I have to check her schedule because she's on tour at the moment. I haven't caught up with Rosary as of late, but I know that it's basically convention season around this time of the year for all artists and merchants alike. So I definitely know that she's traveling. I recently saw something about her going to the Anime Expo in California. And she was at the one here on the East Coast. I'll have to check again. I really should be like tuning into her live streams now that she's on YouTube as well. She dual streams on YouTube and Twitch, so like I should keep on top of that. Hold on, does this body make sense? Let's ease up on the lines a bit. Just a little bit. Don't need all of them. It's in August here? Oh, okay. You have a Comic-Con in August there. I'm not sure she's gonna go that far. Her main places to go is in America and Japan. Maybe she has stopped in Australia. I forgot what year that was. Is this the arm that had the glove? I'm gonna put that on the shirt layer. Oh no, you're just saying it's August now here. You have no idea what conventions are held around here. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Forgive me. I've been kind of a space case lately. Does he have a specific glove design? I kind of wonder if I should give him one. One second. I need to move over here. Was this fingerless? It was. Okay, so this was fingerless. Those gloves are short. Should I give him a half glove? There's different types of gloves that are very interesting. There's the typical glove, then there's the fingerless gloves. Then there's the half-length gloves, which stops around the top, not the top, the very bottom of the first joint of your glove, of your palm, excuse me. There's the lateral half glove, which is what digital artists use. It's the one that only wraps around your pinky and your ring finger and nothing else. On the other side of that. I kind of wonder if I should give him that glove. If I were to draw that, it wouldn't be on this side. It would... Unfortunately, my drawing glove is stretched out. So So it looks like this. I guess it's the opposite of a archer's glove, which uh covers the index, the middle, and the thumb. Yeah, it would be on the side. Covering these two fingers. Not sure if I should make this a buckled glove. Because I did kind of with the other one. I'm gonna make the buckle on top, so it won't be on the bottom. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I know, like, if I were to... I'm always imagining how I would wear these clothing. I don't think having a buckle on the bottom of your wrist would be comfortable, even though that's most wristwatches. So I'm gonna put the buckle on top. Hey, hello, welcome to stream, Mythical Myers. Not gonna lie, bro, your anatomy skills are mega suffering, and your shape design, it's not it. I mean, like, I'm still working on it. Like, I'm still trying to improve. Not sure if you're being sarcastic. Or at least, is it opposite day today? Is that it? Let's see. Could make some corrections with the abdominal wall. I want to keep working on the sleeve. I think that guy just came in swinging. Yeah, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not claiming to be perfect here. I'm still learning to improve. I think what makes that annoying is that they just leave right after saying that. Like, what, you can't stand on business? The elbow tip is slightly lower. Ah. Elbow tip is slightly lower. I'm just gonna erase this off. It's just a hater. We ignore those, boss. Oh no. Some criticism is valid and some isn't. How do I scratch this here? And here. I know there's... Oh. Still has to align with the bone. I'm gonna have to hide this for a moment. Alright, got it. Let's see this. Yeah, foreshortening is really difficult, so I understand where I went wrong there. Keep changing your name, our piano. If it's one-third perspective, it wouldn't show the ribs. It's mostly the abs being overlapped. 1/3 perspective? You can have symmetrical abs, but it's certainly not the norm. Half genetic lottery, half proper workout. What? Just 3 accounts? It's more than 3? What's happening in this chat? Okay. Why isn't she just using Greek references and just using the core shadow positions to get more aesthetic shape design? What, she doesn't know? Like, I don't do a lot of foreshortening of the arms. And I don't understand why you're being rude. Like, that's needlessly rude for no reason. Like, I understand I have mistakes, but bro, chill out. It ain't that serious. Oh my god. I made an error. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? Multiple errors. Well, making mistakes is part of learning, right? That is part of the process of learning. If you're good at everything, then you're just a boring person. I'm gonna break this off a bit.
Wait, let me read that again. Boring, sure, at least I don't make dumb mistakes that can be properly arranged with proper research. At this point, it's just blatant ignorance. Huh? Blatant ignorance? What? How is that blatant ignorance? It's just poor practice. It's not blatant. Now I'm curious about your work. Like, what does your work look like? Since you're such an expert. So you got no proof, basically. Wait, hold on. Let me the arm back down. You doing your own community tab if you haven't checked it yet. Like, I'm busy on my own work. But sure, I'll just take a look. What, from a month ago? That's it? Just gesture work? Oh, so that was a whole lot of nothing. Such confidence is nice, I think. I guess it's nice to, like, be that arrogant, isn't it? To be that delusional. A whole lot of nothing. I'm not dismissing gesture work, but you were talking about anatomy, so I was looking for structure. And I didn't quite see it. Don't get me wrong, your sketches are really lovely, but you just came in, you kicked in my door with all your nonsense. Let me, an actual expert. Let's look at an actual expert here. By the way, if you want to know who that is, this is an actual expert. I'll consult this guy before I can consult you. How about that? Crazy art, man. I like hats. It's quite amateur compared to the great work of the ancient lizard people. Oh yeah, you know what? I was focused on the gesture. I forgot some parts of the humerus muscle here, as well as the ribcage muscles. That guy's attitude was foul. Like, there are highly skilled artists who would never talk to people like that because they know better. Come down, guys. We appreciate artwork despite the result as long as we enjoy it. Yeah. Like, I'm not Michelangelo and never claimed to be, but to me, specifically, this is a learning process. I'm not quite there yet, and I know I'm not quite there yet. I am not quite an expert on anything, despite the fact that I've been doing it for a while. I never claimed to be, but I do have some knowledge, just not a lot of it. One would say that I have approximate knowledge of many things. Shoulder is foreshortened here. I don't want to round it like that. Because the shoulder's like kind of... I guess the shoulder can be seen on a bulky person as round, but it's really not at all. Don't worry, I know you're not there either. It shows. Oh, this guy's cute. Mildly reminds me of the Animatrix stuff. Animatrix. It's a long time ago. I am using a reference. You can't see it because it's right in front of me, but here it is. Here's my reference. This is my reference. Can you see it? Are you paying attention? I guess you were too busy faffing about to see that. That's not a good reference, but I can see that. This guy's a jokester. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Looking at gymnastics. For what? Why would I look at gymnastics? I'm looking at your own art reference, and that's also a drawing. Your reference is a drawing. Hmm. Not a good one. My reference is to get a style down. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing here? Not to practice anatomy. I'm not practicing anatomy. I think you've lost the plot. It's clear. I'm just drawing a character. I'm character designing. I'm not doing anatomy. I'm not practicing anything. I'm just creating something. And yes, I do have that. Why are there two poses like no character thumbnail? Two poses, no character thumbnailing. I'm considering what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I am considering it. I'll consider it. Maybe you never had someone to direct you, so potentially you're self-taught. Ding, 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 ding! He figured it out, folks. He figured it out. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my god. I guess you have this attitude because you're not self-taught and you're taught by another artist. Is that it? Is that what gives you that attitude? You're self-taught too, but you're just looking in the wrong places. Maybe I should look in the right places. Wait, you're not taught? Okay, cute. Even if you are self-taught, you could use a little bit of help. Like, your art is good, but it's not great. You should be taught. I think you should be taught. It would help you a lot to be taught, as it would help me to be taught. Yeah, you shouldn't be striving for perfection. That's going to drive you insane. Also, you said style. Do you understand exaggeration? Or is that also a novel concept to you? I know gesturing is exaggeration is for characters. No, it's actually not. People exaggerate real people. Artists have done that. So you actually don't know what you're talking about. It's not just for characters or fictional characters, it's also for people. Also, I am being taught. The guy that I just showed you, he was my teacher. And I'm also being taught by another person. His name is Jeff Watts. Maybe you'd be more impressed with him. Maybe you think his exaggeration is garbage too. I don't know. Oh. You really like you're surprised the stream is still going high? Yeah, I'm gonna stay until 12:20. Caricatures are extreme example, but it's stylized people. Yeah, exactly. Is posing an exaggeration? Yes, actually. Rhythm can be exaggerative. You can exaggerate a pose to make it look more stylistic, to make it look more appealing. Making your characters rigid and too realistic is actually unappealing sometimes. It doesn't matter how realistic you make it. If it doesn't appease anyone, it's not gonna do it. You know what? Where is he? Here. Here he is. Let's go. Find Jeff. No, he likes to exaggerate his stuff. Find Jeff. Here's my other teacher. Yeah, I'm not at his level, clearly, because he has decades over me. And he is running a school. But even these are exaggerated. Like, Calf does not look like this. Calf does not look like this. But he tends to draw calves in a certain way, tends to draw brows in a certain way, because he likes to exaggerate. I've seen this model before. He does not look quite like this, because what Jeff says is the idea is that you're not supposed to copy what you see. You're supposed to interpret what you see. And I'm not at his level where I can find that interpretation, but I'm getting there. Everybody's at a different part of their own journey. Yeah, I would say, like, all of these are far better than yours. I would recommend you sign up for this. For his program. He does have an online program if you're interested. See, look, this gesture makes sense. Even got the roundness of the calf there. I'm saving up for Proco though. Okay. Jeff's more affordable. Just saying. But okay. But I don't think you should show up to Proco with that attitude. I think he's gonna kick you out. There are art instructors who would not tolerate. They will humble you real fast. What's the art online program? It's Watts Atelier. You have to go to the website. Hold on. And that's the thing. Like, once you are taught, you get humbled real fast. And your attitude like that, it disappears right quick. I'm gonna read this out loud. This is pretty funny. I low-key be happy to be humbled by a better artist, kind of low-key of being fed mediocrity. You showed up here. I did not bring you here. I did not come to your face. You showed up here. You are feeding yourself. Being fed mediocrity. He is that guy who puts the stick in the spokes of his own bicycle and blames other people. Thanks, Josh. If YouTube feed is feeding you dog shit, then you're following dog shit. That's your YouTube feed is tailored to what you look at. If you're looking at mediocre things, that's your fault. Do you not get it? Don't click on mediocre garbage. And if you do, go out of your way to like tell Google or YouTube or whatever to don't show that shit ever to you ever again. Because I had to do that with my YouTube feed. Bad mediocrity. Isn't he funny though? This is why I haven't blocked you, because I love to see people dig their own graves. This is my entertainment. And you put your foot in it, bro. Yeah, I kept swinging, exactly. Oh man, I have like about 9 minutes left. I have a meeting to catch. That's the thing. You know better, surely you're gonna make it far. I hope to make it far. Like, once again, everybody has to start somewhere. You don't start at 100, because that's ridiculous. Like I said, perfect people are boring because they don't fail. They don't fail and they don't learn anything. This is why I don't mind failing. Like, your criticism doesn't really hurt me, because that means, hey, I have more to work with. I have more to work with. That means I have something else I need to work upon, like what you said with the shoulder. I mean, not just the shoulder, the entire arm being bent here, because foreshortening is difficult, especially on the arm, because that's not an angle I see a lot. At least I'm not weak-minded. I mean, like, I have been in the past, but I'm not now. Like I said, this is why I don't block you, because, like, constructional criticism is valid. But, like, you don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be condescending, specifically. Like, hey, I noticed that your arm is a bit off, your shoulder doesn't make sense. Like, that makes sense, but to, like, just straight up show up being mediocre, like, my skill level is clearly different from yours. It's not as strong, yeah, but, like, eh? Oh, well, I must say, it does mean if this is dog shit, then here you are by yourself. Doesn't mean that you're interested with... Am I interested with dog shit? Oh, he's talking to Joshua, yeah. You're responsible for your feed. You're responsible for what you look at. And whatever platform you use feeds you what you've been looking at. I mean, it's like this on Instagram especially. Like, I have to physically kick things out of my Instagram feed because I don't want to see it. I'm happy Sarah got into my feed. She's my favorite artist. Thank you. Some rocks believe that they're stars. Well, some rocks are stars. But I get what you mean by that. Like, some charcoal thinks they're diamonds, even though they haven't been pressurized yet. I mean, people normalize avoiding criticism, just generalizing glazing. General glazing and avoiding criticizing others. Yes, I do agree with that. I agree with you on that front. Like, that, on some days, that would really piss me off because, like, criticism to an artist is like fertilizer to a plant. While it's not quite necessary, it would help the plant grow faster. So the fact that, like, people are just taking things like a basic sketch and that's like, it's okay, it was colored nicely, but other than that, it's okay. It gets praised to high heavens. So to that degree, I do agree with you. It's easy rage bait as well, though. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for rage bait. Like, I get that, like, the internet can, like, flare up your emotions, but come on, dude. I think you're taking it a bit too seriously. It's one thing taking your art seriously, which is great. I appreciate that much. And I also take mine seriously to a degree. But there are practical jokers out there, and you shouldn't take them seriously. It's not weak-minded to just do art for fun. Like, there's bad artists that show off their art, and not everyone needs to like it, as long as the artist likes it. But your criticism does come off as rude. Yeah, like, there are times where I draw just for fun, and there are times where I draw just for study, and this isn't one of them. This is a just for fun stream. That has to change now. I mean, eventually I have to go back to drawing for study. But in the meantime, casual player stream, got it. Casual player? I don't know if I would say casual player. I guess I would say I take the study more seriously than the execution when it comes to my own creations. Like, I will admit I am laxed to some degree, but that's part of the creative process. Excuse me. You generally avoid criticizing others because you don't have the vocabulary for it. You just grab a bag of shit that look like this and none of the terminology. Oh, I see what you mean. Like what Joshua would say. Like, he knows his terminology, and that for some people they don't know how to describe that. I shouldn't say for some, possibly for most, because let's face it, when it comes to human anatomy, people do use layman terms or shortcut words. Like, nobody really says humerus bone, they would say the upper arm bone. Like, it's all layman terms. You genuinely, you need to work on your spelling. You spelled genuinely incorrect twice. Just lacks shape design and you also misspelled anatomy. Maybe you should work on your spelling. You also misspelled knowledge. You misspelled measurement. You misspelled that's. You use the incorrect of that's. You need to slow down and type. How about that? Your main language isn't English, which is fair, but slow down. You're typing too fast. You sound salty. Why are you salty? Is there any reason why you're salty? Is it the mediocrity? Is it the mediocrity that you're seeking? Is that why you're salty? I've run out of time. Well, this is gonna have to be fixed next time. So, thanks for being here. You are salty. You're very salty. because you've just come here and just shat on my day. Well, you try to shat on my day, but I turn that around. How are you salty? Because you're rude. You complain that you're surrounded by mediocrity, that you click. I understand that you don't like blazing mediocrity, but you are surrounding yourself with it. Surround yourself with better peers. How about you do that or that? You're in a rush for some reason. Art takes time and progress. Even though we're both self-taught, apparently I'm the inferior one, which is a very strange thing to say. Again, people start at different levels. To just have this superiority complex is incredibly hilarious. And that's that. So with that being said, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for participating in chat. I hope to see you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Yes, I am self-taught. I've been mostly self-taught my whole life, but I'm seeking guidance now. I don't have a mentor, but I do have teachers. So, take care, folks. Have a nice day.